Cheers! Welcome to Movie Bitches, a RuPaul's Drag Race, Season 9, Episode 11.
It's a Jessica Wilde kind of night.
I love that drink. So, if you like this shirt or that shirt, please go to moviebitches.threadless.com and you can buy them. Yeah. Delicious. Also, please go to patreon.com/moviebitches and support us.
We've had a couple of big spenders.
Yes.
Thank you.
So that's really amazing. You guys are the best. We're almost to the onesie episode if you guys keep subscribing and donating and all of that. So do it.
It's going to be pretty exciting.
It's going to be great.
I feel like we should review like 7 Brides for 7 Brothers or something.
Ooh, that movie is great.
I mean, aside from like the kidnapping and and like the being held against their will, even though it's fun, it's a musical. I'm just saying, if you look at it from a modern
Sure. Yeah. So, the gayest ball ever was not that gay.
I mean, it was pretty gay.
It was pretty gay.
I have a stupid question.
Yeah.
A real dumb one.
Okay.
Might make fun of me. Is unicorn...
No idea.
It's just gay because it's fabulous?
Sure, because it's rainbows?
I didn't know that, like, if unicorn was, like, a thing.
Right,
Oh, unicorn
like,
party! Or something. I don't know.
I don't know.
Okay,
it's so funny.
great,
I wish
great.
someone had just walked down the runway in Meghan Trainor's onesie.
And then, like, stripped it off.
Yeah, into, like, a bathing suit.
A bathing suit.
Yeah.
Well, so, Nina...
Oh, yeah.
Bonita...
Oh, Banana
Brown,
Fafana, Osama bin Laden.
Pierce has gone home.
Hope you struggle cleaning this.
I loved it. Well, it was apparently she didn't want to write one, and the producers were like, you have to write one. So she did, but at least it was a funny one.
It was silly. So Alexis,
Oh, boy.
Michelle's, I'm calling it her B. Arthur.
She might be cold, but her pussy is on fire because you won! Congratulations!
New York Jewish cranky.
When you finished painting her mug in the workroom, that mug she was pulling.
Alexis Michelle
Yeah.
was driving me insane.
So Rue comes in.
Yeah, it comes in.
She comes down. I was like down the stairs.
Well, okay.
And in.
I really have been missing the, like, ooh, girl, she already done had hers. And I don't know why they went away. Why couldn't they film them all? I would like to know. Why didn't they do it? Because it really does change, it like sets you up. You're like, ooh, something's happening.
Well, it's exciting.
It's exciting.
Fun and
It's
silly.
fun.
It's
Yeah.
another
They're always silly
opportunity-
puns.
It's another opportunity for the show to be silly and fun, which is all that I want.
Exactly.
And then like a little bit of drama and
Yes.
seriousness.
Yes.
But like silly fun. Like,
Yeah. So anyway, so
but
Ru comes
we
down.
do have a mini challenge.
Yes.
I was very excited.
I was too. I saw that this was coming up and I was like, oh, thank God. At least they kept like our favorite mini challenges.
I mean, they had to.
You know, you'd think that hole would be worn out after so many years.
They all have to reach into a glory hole and pull out a puppet.
Glory hole.
Glory hole. It was,
It was a mediocre puppetry. The thing is that none of these queens are particularly known for being hilarious, you know?
no, really.
They got rid of all of those queens.
They kicked them all off.
So it wasn't gonna be that entertaining because it's basically just the library is open, but now you have a visual aid.
So Shay's first. She got Peppermint.
Yes.
This didn't make any sense to me. She was like, it was like Punch and Judy. She was like Peppermint was really violent.
Let me get the. Oh, damn, girl!
And just like crazy and
I
just
didn't-
kept whacking her.
Right? Like, is that a thing that Peppermint does?
No.
Is she physical with them? Does she like?
I don't think
not
so.
like punching, not like abusive, but you know what I mean. Is
I don't
she
think
like,
so.
oh stop it? You know, I don't know. It didn't seem like that,
Next was Sasha doing Trinity,
which was good.
which was pretty fabulous. I mean, her puppet literally has 2 dingle balls and a piece of aluminum foil. And I was living for it. She did this in the roast too, where she was like, Michelle's so New Jersey, blank,
Yeah.
or whatever. And this one she was like,
Horseplay. That's where you have sex with Nina Bonina Brown. Couch play. That's where you have sex with Nina Bonina Brown's Patty.
she like doubled down and tripled
Yeah.
down on the same joke, and that works for her.
It does. She
So it
found
was
something
funny.
that works.
It was funny.
Exactly.
So then, yeah, but Trinity had Shay.
Right, and Trinity's was not very good.
You have won a lot of challenges this season, but sure isn't on that makeup, is it? This is how we do it in Chicago.
It was, I liked her puppet. Like, the puppet
Sure.
looked really good, and she had the stupid nails. Like, the puppet had really long nails, and it was like a good, funny portrayal, puppet portrayal.
Yeah.
What she said, I don't know.
She just kept saying Chicago.
Chicago.
Oh boy, next up was Alexis Michelle doing Sasha. Now,
Well-
I will say this. It was the
was
most
spot
accurate.
on.
It was absolutely fucking spot on. It just was not funny at all.
Not really.
It's not literal, it's felt. It's meta and scene.
And what's a bummer is that, like, she started off strong for me, right? Where it was like, she makes this joke of like, oh, well, these are the feathers.
The feathers are the bird that's flying out of the cage. I'm being freed.
And they're trapped in their mind. And
Yeah.
you're like, okay, yeah, that was literally her princess thing. What the fuck is this nonsense? But then that was the only joke she had.
Yes.
And I was like, okay, cool. End scene, now talk about something else.
Right.
Make a different joke or whatever.
Last was Peppermint
Yeah.
doing Alexis.
Right.
Hers, all I remember is she kept saying Broadway.
I'm just a Broadway girl.
Yeah.
Broadway.
Well, and then she painted herself green.
That was the best part.
Alexis, what are you doing down in there?
And I'm from Broadway.
She literally never said anything
Oh
on
no.
Broadway.
No. The fact that Peppermint kept saying Broadway and then being like, we get it, girl, we get it. I was like, but she hasn't been doing that much Broadway. No,
she hasn't.
That's the weird thing.
I would have preferred if she was.
Yeah.
She started off with your gypsy quote.
Yeah.
She gave us Liza.
Yeah.
But then, what else? Not much.
B. Arthur.
Sure. Is that Broadway?
She was in the Lucille Ball version of Mame, which is almost unwatchable.
Yeah, that sounds terrible.
Because her husband directed it?
Oh boy.
I think that's a thing.
So no.
So no.
No.
But sweetie.
So Ru announces that it's the gayest ball ever, and the categories are Rainbow She Betta Do, then Sexy Unicorn, which I was very excited about. I feel like they need to do more of that kind of thing.
Was it, the category was actually Sexy Unicorn?
Yeah.
Sexy unicorn.
And then the third thing was
Village People Eleganza Extravaganza.
there was a lot of workroom stuff.
There was, which is great, because
And there
they had
was
to
a lot-
construct things and do things
Yes.
and prepare.
There was a lot of shade.
Peppermint has a great personality. She has a great personality.
Talk about how we were asking for some fucking competition last week, and like, when are they gonna wake up?
Oh.
They did. They listened. They
Yep.
woke up.
It was
it was like, oh, we're throwing it this week.
I feel like I could go to New York and throw a stone and hit 5 other queens that can do exactly what she does.
Yeah,
And
it
I
was.
loved it. Loved it.
I did too.
The claws
Were-
came
yeah.
out, and
Yeah.
I was living for it.
Yeah.
I don't know why I never noticed it before, but this week, Trinity in just boy clothes with her butt.
What, I don't.
It just, like, it was
Just
like,
in general, you're
it
just
was
talking about.
just really pronounced. It literally looked like she was wearing one of those like safety pillows when you're ice skating and you don't want to hurt your butt because you keep falling on your butt kind of thing. And it was just like, so in these jeans. Maybe it was the jeans.
Maybe it was the jeans.
But it was just like, this is, I love it.
They really pronounced her
it was just like,
her tush, her cuckoo.
no! Stop it! Let it die! Oh, how many times do you think she's gonna fucking say it at the reunion?
7.
Do you think she's gonna be like, oh, my new single, cuckoo?
Probably.
Oh, right, so everyone has to pick their village person
Oh yeah, but they just do it.
job,
apparently.
and then they're just like, oh, well, we just picked this. And, oh boy, Alexis, oh boy. I mean, I was already, like, worried for whoever picked Native American, because it's just a tightrope, right?
Yeah.
There's a narrower...
It's a very thin line. You gotta.
Everyone else has an occupation, and you have a race, you know? And it's like, oh, this is... Yikes. Oh boy.
I want to give something that will feel a little bit tribal, but also ready to wear.
Which actually, I really would have loved to have seen, because someone, maybe it was Peppermint, I don't remember, says like, oh, we really diplomatically came, like...
And then they didn't show it.
And they didn't
it was
show
just
it.
like, oh.
And then like, was it that diplomatic?
Well, then
'Cause
Alexis says she, like, picked it just for the turquoise.
These beautiful turquoise embellishments. And I said, you know what?
build the look around these.
Uh-huh.
Oh, well, right, the turquoise.
But yes, Ru goes around to all the tables. She's talking to Sasha, and she says this was really funny.
What do you think is gonna be your trump card? Oh, did I say fucking Trump?
I feel the same way because, like, I hear it so often now. Like, people still use the
This
phrase.
past weekend, someone said, "Oh, I'm gonna try whatever," and I said,
like the trump
even
card.
the word is
It's
ruined.
ruined.
God damn it!
Yeah.
Ugh.
So Ru then, after talking to everyone, announces that they're gonna have an extra assignment, which is
To perform an opening number that pays tribute to the gayest Olympic sport ever.
What's the gayest Olympic sport? Rhythmic gymnastics, which
Right.
made me laugh.
yes.
Because when she took...
Well, I thought figure skating,
Well, legitimately, she took a really long... What's the most... It was the gayest Olympic sport. I was like, ice skate. Oh, rhythmic... Of course, rhythmic gymnastics. I just forgot it existed.
Yeah.
Rhythmic gymnastics.
And she brings out a dance ribbon, which
Yes.
is always a good time.
always. And
And
is, like, maybe the most
best,
fabulous?
the most-
Yes.
She like circles her dick with it. Ru was in a really good mood this episode.
Yeah.
Like she was having a really fun, just the whole episode.
Yes.
She was shady, she was funny.
So then Sasha, for winning the mini challenge, gets the added
The punishment?
burden, right? I just don't understand these sometimes. It's like, oh, you won, so now you have extra responsibilities.
You won the Bitch Fest, so you're in charge of the choreography. Okay.
Then they're in the rehearsal, and this was interesting to me.
Oh yeah.
For the next section, can we do 5, 6, 7, 8?
No, what if the first time, okay. So what if the first time we put Alexis?
The friendship
Yes.
started to crack.
Yes.
It was very exciting.
Well, so Shay has ideas that she's pushing towards Sasha, who's considering most of them.
Yeah.
Then Alexis is like,
What do you think about storm the judges, give good face?
I'd rather not let it down, actually. I think it'll be sloppy.
at first I was like, I agree with Sasha. That's a bad idea, because you don't want to be fumbling around on the ground.
Then when you saw that final number, you're like, wow, some choreography would have probably been great.
And when I
Why
saw
not
it,
do face and like circle your own
Sure.
face? Ru was circling her dick, which I need a gif of right now.
absolutely. I also was like, well, you know what, though? That could have been like a good moment to give like a Vogue
And
kind
each
of
one
face.
of them could give a different
face,
and
do
they
a
wouldn't
different
have
thing.
been just like a bunch of people on stage that I couldn't discern from one another, and it was just like that happened.
A little bit. Sasha just did not manage it properly.
Oh, no.
You know, because it's like, okay, if you're gonna start taking suggestions from someone, then you have to listen to everyone's, otherwise you're a dick. And so you either have to have an idea of what you're doing,
Yeah.
or what maybe would have been better is that everyone, look,
Delegate.
I'm not the biggest choreographer, let's be real. So if you could all help us, help yourselves,
Yeah.
come up with some ideas of what you would like, and we will kiki for 3 minutes and talk about your best ideas, and I will collect all of them, process them, and then pick what I think is the best idea. Thank you.
That would have been great.
It would have been great. It would have been less dramatic for us, but it would have been better.
Right. And they get back, and Alexis, I mean, she was stirring the shit this week, and I was not mad about it. I mean, I was like mad at her because I was like, leave. But like, I was like, oh, this is happening. This is some drama.
Yes.
And she's talking to Sasha, and she's like, well, I could just tell you were really insecure about all of the dancing.
I don't think that I was insecure in the rehearsal at all.
I don't think you stood up as a leader, though.
So I was trying to help and this and that, but you weren't taking my suggestions, and you were listening to Shay and like all this stuff because you guys are so buddy-buddy. And then Sasha is like...
Actually, no, I felt like Shay was stepping on my toes a little bit. You definitely just like straight up talked over me a bunch of times, and it was very challenging.
This episode, I was like, this season of Drag Race just started. What the fuck?
What? And that's so funny because that's exactly, I was like, the past few episodes, I would
I've
say,
been amping
have
up,
been the only ones, I would say since Valentina went home, like that episode,
yeah.
on has felt like a regular season of Drag Race.
Ish, yeah.
And yet I'm like, but why did this start 3/4 of the way into the season?
It's a mystery.
What happened? It was real obvious to me that Sasha has very little respect for Alexis. I just kind of wish that there was like a Raven to be like, look, you're not at our level.
That would have been amazing. You're wearing a corset and a loose skirt.
Oh no, we'll talk about it.
Can we talk about it for like 45 minutes?
We might have to. So quick commercial break. And then we'll be right back with all 3 runway looks.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Yes, and the judging and a lip sync that was a real lip sync.
Uh-huh.
Oh my god, and Untucked.
Untucked.
Yeah, whatever. Ru
comes down the road. This was like a real
well, okay, particularly because so like they showed the coming up, right? And you see Ru's hair and you're like, "Oh my god, that wig."
Well, they showed just like from here up and I was like, yes, like the wig was amazing and her hair and face just, I mean, it was like everything.
I loved it.
It was like everything.
I loved it.
And I was dying and she literally looked like a Barbie doll.
Yes.
And then you saw the rest of the dress and it was like real bad.
It was like Lil Bo Peep gone, I don't even know, on steroids. Like I don't.
A 6 foot tall like shower loofah, you know.
Yes.
The belt was just like a ribbon with like a brooch.
I don't even know. She had more ruffles than a picnic, girl. It was crazy.
I like the color. Like I liked the blue.
Sure, yeah.
And I could have even gotten down with just the top, right? And then like a high-waisted skinny black leather pant or something, right? Like something a little
that's like
different.
a little Sandy and Grease number.
Little cha-cha.
Yes.
Together.
Like put them together. Yes.
And I was like,
it.
with the hair. Yep. And then it was like, oh, it's this big,
huge,
billowy, like,
huge. I did not like it.
But I
loved everything up here.
Love that fucking wig.
Oh my god.
The best wig this season.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
So the guest judges this week are Andie MacDowell, who looks the fucking same. She has not aged a day. She is so gorgeous and so fabulous.
Yeah. She was a little quiet.
But then she would just say the
right
she was
thing.
like, I want that ass.
I just want her ass.
And then Joan Smalls, who I was like, what? Who? I have no idea who that is. And then she was kind of fabulous.
She was.
I feel if we take the bow out of your head, I can get that outfit at Ricky's.
She went all in on them, and I was like, yep, this is what I want from a guest judge. I love it.
So they do the opening number. I mean, we kind of talked about, you thought it was boring, I thought it was perfectly whatever.
It was just like nothing happened.
Nothing really happened. They didn't really move.
I get it. Dance ribbons look stupid, and like there's not much. You know what I mean?
Right,
like,
you're gonna be like going like this. It just seemed like they were a little like, and now we're just gonna get this done.
I didn't see anyone's like personality come through.
No,
they didn't really seem to be like smiling. Like if Valentina had been doing this, it would have like
Valentina, your smile
like, it
is
just would have
beautiful.
Been, drawn to her. Nobody like drew me to them. I was like, well, that happened. I don't know. You know what else happened this week or didn't happen this week? There was no tragedy mirror.
Oh, that's true. Were they even? Did they?
They didn't really show them do their makeup at all.
I guess they're not really.
So, category is
Rainbow She Betta Do.
First on the runway, Shea Coulee.
Right.
I felt like I was crazy because this was not good for me.
Oh, well, I thought she looked great. She came out the runway and I was like, wait, I thought this was rainbows.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, I guess she like painted herself with colors.
Nah, it was not rainbow colors.
It was not rainbow
I
colors.
didn't care for this at all. I thought her face looked pretty and the wig made it more high fashion. It's like a peach and gray.
It was like sherbet. It was like, you know what it really looked like?
What?
When someone takes all of the sherbets together and they just meld into this disgusting gray blob.
Kind of how I felt about this look. I was not into this look. Like the graffiti didn't look well done. It was very messy to me. The top was like a clamshell. It was like, I mean, it's well made. It's a well made dress. The silhouette fit, you know, like this wasn't rainbow to me at all. And I thought it looked messy. Like the graffiti looked messy to me.
I just thought the colors were wrong.
But there wasn't one color of the rainbow in there. Not one.
I mean, that's obviously wrong because the rainbow has all of the colors.
But like the rainbow flag.
There's no Roy G. Biv. Roy G. Biv.
Yeah, there was no Roy G. Biv. I couldn't believe that they were like, well, who cares? Let's give her the win. Like, I was like, are you fucking kidding?
We'll get there.
Okay, we'll talk about it.
So then next up is Sasha Velour and her color-blocked rainbow realness. I like this. You did not like it.
I did not like it.
Okay.
I thought she looked like Carmen Miranda was going to a board meeting. I'm sick of them saying, you're so fashion forward, when she was wearing a pencil skirt and a turtleneck.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. It was a well put together thing. The color palette, I get it. Like, it didn't look bad at all. But the fact they keep saying, oh my God, you're such a fashionista. Oh my God, you're such a fashion queen. I'm like, she's literally wearing a pencil skirt and a turtleneck. I'm sorry. That's where I was coming from.
Right. Well, it's like clothes, but it's like retro. Like, you know, she's like...
She looked like she was from the 40s. Like, she looked like Carmen Miranda going to a board meeting. And I was like, I mean, that's cool. I'm here for this.
Yeah.
But there wasn't like a fabulous fucking coat with like a peplum and shoulder pad. Like,
it looked like she was in like the Pride Month episode of Mad Men, you know?
So, yeah, right? I mean, I don't know. I was like... If they didn't keep praising her for it, I wouldn't be as mad.
I think so. Because, like, I guess the thing for me is that that's her look and that, like, she does it well. You can't say that she didn't look polished.
No,
she didn't bring an idea to it. Like, she had all the colors.
Totally.
She had the little house, which I thought was super cute and clever.
It was rainbow.
It was, exactly. It was literally Roy G. Biv.
Yes.
She had everyone.
I didn't hate it. I was just mad at the reaction.
Sure.
I was like... I needed them to be like, I mean, and at the end, Ru said, like...
Everything Sasha did was absolutely fantastic, but is it gag-worthy for a ball?
Next down the runway, it's Alexis Michelle. Oh my God.
This to me looked like, you know those Mylar balloons? This is like if there was a giant Pride Mylar balloon that exploded and somehow tangled itself around a person.
The outfit was unflattering.
It was,
It was like a jumpsuit. Well, did you notice that she basically made leggings that she just put over her shoes?
Over her shoes.
Like, you could see.
Was she figure skating?
It was so bad. And then she had the whole skirt. I mean, it was very like, I'm a dance mom.
But like the skirt was the same material.
Yeah.
On one hand, I really did appreciate the idea of, oh, it's rainbow. I'm gonna fucking give you rainbow.
Yeah.
You know, unabashedly.
I'll say this.
But do it
We
right.
haven't gotten to my least favorite rainbow look.
Oh.
So that's all I'll say about that.
Wow.
I had a least favorite rainbow look.
If she had come out in like a Ru gown out of that rainbow fabric,
sure,
I think that could have been a little bit more fabulous.
I mean, it was the jumpsuit and the skirt. It looked bad. It was like a magic eye, you know?
Yeah, ooh, if someone had come out with like a really long, just like a stupid long rainbow train that's just like a full-on like, oh, this is 40 fucking feet of rainbow fabric from my shoulders to fucking 30 feet behind me. Enjoy.
I love it.
Right? I would have been like, yes! And then just like some stupid little swimsuit or whatever. But just like this huge cape. And I think, though, it was to Trinity's benefit.
Yes.
Because she came out next in a very simple ensemble that I was then like, oh, I get it. Rainbow.
Right.
This is your aesthetic.
Yeah.
This is very Trinity Taylor.
I didn't hate this. It looked expensive. Like, it was slutty, but it looked expensively slutty. I liked her hair. I liked this. It would have been tackier if it had gone all the way down the leg, but it also would have been more dramatic.
Oh boy, if it was like rainbow straps down the leg.
Instead of just on the thigh.
I could have kind of been here for that, though.
Not, like, it would have been 100% tackier. And this was, I thought, one of the least tacky things that she's worn.
Oh, that she's worn.
That she's worn.
Oh, that could have been kind of fun. If like, kind of like one of those gladiator boots, but like with rainbow straps.
Yeah.
Yes.
Head to toe.
Yeah.
And then even down the arms if you gotta do it.
I don't know. No, that would be way too much. Then she would just look like she was like literally about to be strapped up.
I mean, she looked like, you know, bondage rainbow Barbie, and I was kind of here for it.
Sure. Yeah. I'd buy that doll. I mean, I wouldn't, but I might. I was a little surprised when the judges were reading her because I thought this was very much Trinity Taylor does Rainbow Pride.
I'm going to be honest, spoiler alert, I thought Trinity should have been in the top.
For me, the big question was, are we judging them for a ball look?
Right.
Or are we judging them for the category and their drag personas?
It was unclear.
For me, then, like, the critiques and the judging could go to like either way, different directions.
Yeah,
exactly. So last on the runway was Peppermint, looking like Wonder Woman goes to Pride.
No, that's generous. This was bad. This was really bad.
It was really confused.
It was
and
like
not very polished.
Katy Perry / I don't even know.
Well, so she used Shay's wig from last week?
I mean, apparently. I mean, it just looked so messy and cheap. It was like a gold corseted onesie, and it looked like she just put like rainbow streamers on it.
It was like it was like rainbow
it looked like, you know, those streamers you get for a party, and it was just like, I'm gonna make a sash, and then she had these really distracting iridescent tights that were like not the right color at all, and then she had those black hooker boots on. I mean, they had been like gold boots. I mean, even then, whoa, but like,
well, like I said, like honestly, if she had gone all the way and done like Wonder Woman rainbow, like, you know,
sure,
Rainbow Woman, I'm here for that.
Yeah, I just did not.
Actually, that would be a pretty great superhero. Would she be a lesbian?
Yeah.
I guess she could be bi. Don't contribute to bi erasure.
Once again with Peppermint, everything clashed. I feel like she doesn't have an editing eye.
Or a full-length mirror. I don't know.
It's true. It's like, okay, this works with itself. That works with itself. This, oh no. I mean, it was like really clashy.
Yeah.
So then, category is with sexy unicorn.
Let's try that again.
Yeah, we should.
Okay. We should say RuPaul's Drag Race together.
We should
RuPaul's Drag
Race. For once, I was glad that they were prepared.
Yes. Like this is the type of thing where it makes sense, where you're like, bring a specific fucking outfit. Because
where you need like to make, you know, like paper mache hooves, you know, like, okay, you don't have 2 hours to do this or whatever.
Yeah.
So I was like in love with this category.
I did enjoy it. I was a little disappointed.
Yeah.
Particularly after seeing like some of like Nina's and particularly Farrah's just like sexy, slutty unicorn. Yes.
I'm a slut unicorn.
Aren't they all? So first down the runway, Shea Coulee.
Yes.
In this like black, sexy unicorn.
It definitely looked like what are those people that like to be like horse and jockeys? It's like a sex thing.
Oh, I don't know that.
Oh, it's like a thing. I think it was on like an episode of House or Bones or something. You know, and you're like, what's this? I'm gonna shake it up on a Friday night.
SVU ripped from the headline.
Yeah, something like that. And it was like, there's people who like to be the jockey and there's people who like to be the horse, and they have like horse pony parties or something. I'm sure it has a name. You can let me know. And it's like, I'll be the horse and you ride me. It's like a thing. It's like an Eyes Wide Shut, but like for pony play.
Okay. I have heard in Berlin, there's apparently a thing called the Vestukenmarkt or something like that.
Yeah?
That is like, it's based off the idea of like selling a mare to like the studs.
Okay.
But it's like all of the bottoms are in one room and then all of the tops are in another, and then they like bring them all together.
Vibrate.
And it's like all of the tops get to try all of the bottoms.
Oh my god.
It's like, it would like to like, it's like a mark, I don't know. I'm not entirely sure, but it's something along those lines.
What if someone had done like a Catherine the Great joke with this unicorn?
Yeah. Well, that wasn't a unicorn though.
Well, I mean, unicorns don't exist, Andrew.
What? Oh, right, but so Shea, I thought was one of the best ones.
I liked it, and she really played it up. She was like,
yeah, ooh, and she's like slapping her ass.
And the hooves were small. Like, I feel like some people's hooves really look stupid.
Where's Michelle?
And some of them look fashion. But she had the hooves, and like her shoe hooves looked, you know, her shoe hooves.
I just like the way you say hooves.
Hooves. I mean,
not hooves. Hooves.
No, they're hooves. Am I saying it wrong?
I don't know. No and yes.
Okay, great.
So then next up, Sasha Velour. I also thought she nailed it for herself.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I really loved this.
No, I really liked it. I thought that her horn...
I loved it.
Coupled with the wigs, sort of looked like a melting candle, and I couldn't unsee it. There was something that was like, and the wax
everything was kind of like
trickled down or whatever.
Well, because her horn had like the red, like
blood, so it looked like.
Was it blood? Is that what it was?
It was supposed to be blood.
From what?
Like she'd
like rammed someone with his. Okay.
I could have done without the blood. I'll be honest.
I didn't get that it was battle, and I didn't really get that it was blood. Partially because I loved that she did the top of her unicorn like her lips. where it was like this like glittery, like melty, and I'm like, yes.
Or if she'd carried like a head. I mean, I know we've judged her for props in the past.
Oh, I thought you were going to make a Kathy Griffin reference. If she had come down in a unicorn outfit with Donald Trump's bleeding head, I would have been okay with it.
But this was like medieval times. I mean, she took it there. She made a historical reference. It was definitely like medieval times unicorn. Like the outfit.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yes.
Like,
I thought you meant she like specifically said something that was a historical reference.
Don't you know about like the unicorn from medieval times?
Of course.
Vanguard, the unicorn.
Alexis Michelle.
This was the worst one, right? Because at least Peppermint's was creative, even though it was also a disaster.
I mean, this is just the theme. They were both pretty much equally bad.
Yeah, they were not great. It wasn't great. I mean, it just was real basic. She's wearing another bedazzled, glittering catsuit with a belt.
Yep.
Another one. The catsuit was gold and the belt was silver, which I didn't appreciate.
I don't mind mixing metals.
It didn't look great. Her hooves
were too big.
Looked stupid. And it made her look real short and stumpy. Oh, you know what I just thought of? Because I'm bored of talking about Alexis. Wouldn't it have been really great if someone had done like hoof extensions and walked like one of those, like remember the people from Mad Max Fury Road, like the walkers behind them were just like weird, like Cirque du Soleil shit, like with like, and I'm walking and oh my god, wait, yes. Or like Ben de la Creme when he did like the fly.
The mantis, yes.
The mantis. Like
that would have been great.
Nobody did that.
No one really went out of the box. But that's kind of how this season has been.
Yeah.
No one's particularly been groundbreaking except for Nina Bonina. So then Trinity Taylor comes out in her purple My Little Pony Lisa Frank realness, and I really enjoyed this.
I really liked this a lot.
I felt like she got it. She nailed it. It helped that it fit into the Trinity brand.
Oh, yes.
That worked in the sexy unicorn.
It was like, you know, jazzercise pony. It was just fabulous. She had like leg warmers and like a leotard that was very 80s, and she had her like Priscilla Presley hair on. I don't know. I just thought this was real silly and fun.
It was real silly.
And it was like, you know, a sexy unicorn.
It was a sexy My Little Pony furry convention meets brony convention. I get it. I get where you're going.
She was like lickety split from My Little Pony. She was like, I just gotta do the dance moves. So she's got the leg warmers and like, she had a cut off flash dance. Sweatshirt on, and then like cut it off and been like, yes, oh my gosh, yes.
Then last down the runway, Peppermint.
What the fuck was this? This was so weird.
As a space unicorn.
That's the only explanation that we're given.
My sexy unicorn is a space unicorn.
Space unicorn. And she's wearing like an Esther Williams swim cap that also has like spiked. Like, at a certain point, I was like, was she going for, like, a punk thing? Is this, like, Sid Vicious, the unicorn? I'm confused. But then she's wearing, like, a Joan Crawford robe with these
gauzy,
like, to the floor, but it's not fabulous. And you're just like, I don't even know what this is. It was an idea. Boy,
it was several ideas. It was several ideas.
Again, it was a very confused, not fully polished, like...
Peppermint did not have...
damn tights again. Shiny, reflective tights.
So category is Village People Eleganza Extravaganza. Shea Coulee as the...
construction worker.
Yes.
This was really good. It was very good. I liked that she like bedazzled the hard hat and had matching boots that looked like Timberland boots, right? And the cape was very cool.
I mean, give me a huge dramatic cape.
Right? I liked her like Erykah Badu, you know, wrapped head. There was a lot going on and I really liked it. It was very good. And her lips matched. Her lips were also gold.
Yes.
Like sparkling.
I really liked this. I thought she nailed this one and I thought it was her best. Like she started low and went high.
Yeah, it was her best look of the night.
So then Sasha comes out in her cowboy couture.
She looked like Raggedy Ann, the Mountie.
Yes.
It was, I mean, I know she was going for like a Vivienne Westwood thing, but I was, once again, she was wearing a pencil skirt with like a loose square top that had no back. Those clothes just aren't hard to make. It's like, And they're like, oh my God, you're so fashion forward. And I'm just like, you guys, you gotta stop.
She could come out here in a diaper and they'd be like, Sasha, you're so fashion forward.
I mean, if she was in a diaper, that would be pretty fucking fashion forward.
I guess.
I don't know.
No, I get what you're saying. When she came out with this, I was like, oh. And I just couldn't end up loving it. I loved her face. I loved the wig.
I liked all the freckles, you know.
And yet, for some reason, it was so solid on the front. Sasha's thing is this.
Yes.
Sasha's thing is kind of this, like, retro fashion,
If they said, you are giving us the best sort of modern take on retro fashion.
Yes.
I love it. I wouldn't be so mad.
Ooh, vintage.
Oh, you're so vintage. You really understand how to, like, sort of modernize the vintage flair that you love.
Yes.
That is a better, like, description of her for me.
And, you know, fine, they didn't say that, but I think that's what they were getting at.
She hasn't been pushed out of her comfort zone once.
I agree.
She's never pushed her aesthetic once. And they've never even asked her to. And that bothers me.
That's fair. If Nina gets red for her padding, then why isn't Sasha red for her pencil skirts?
That's all I'm trying to say. Someone else might have just done jean shorts, a gingham, you know, tied top, a cowboy hat, cowboy boots, and, like, pigtails. It was much more fashion than that. I don't know. I wasn't obsessed with this.
If she had given me some, like, overall bustier with a handkerchief flowy gown, I would have been here for that.
And a tiny angina cowboy hat.
Just a little baby
With your
one.
bald head. I would have gagged.
I would have gagged. Then I would have actually gagged.
And
I'd been like, yes!
I wish she had a piece of straw, and then she pretended to smoke it like it was a long cigarette.
Yes.
Marlena Dietrich at the hoedown.
Yes!
Oh, I'm fabulous, aren't I? Like, yes, you are. So then next down the runway, oh, Jesus Christ. It's Alexis Michelle. I just can't.
This was such a disaster.
She literally had a bow on her head.
I don't even mind that. I didn't even mind that.
I did.
So did Michelle Visage, to be honest. She was just like...
Well, somebody's gonna need an aspirin.
And it's me because I can't look at this any longer.
Which is everything she did tonight and most of the season was so literal. Yes. Oh, we have to do a rainbow look. I will literally be a rainbow. You know, oh, we have to do a unicorn look. I will just dress in a unicorn costume, you know? Yep. Oh, I have to Native American. I'll wear a fucking bow on my head because it's a bow, like a bow in your head and a bow on my head.
Also, never do Indian girl.
She was just Pocahontas realness and it was, oh boy.
Oh boy.
That wig though, that wig came out of a bag. And then had nothing done to it.
I think it was run over in the bag and then was taken out of the bag. It was so flat.
It was like steaming in the back of someone's car for a while.
Yes, just wilting.
Trinity was like, girl, I told you should have put that thing in a side braid, but don't listen to me. And I was like, yeah, she should
Anything would have been better that way.
Full share. Like, just do it.
Yes.
Well, it's like, we don't need Sacagawea realness. Reference what has already been referenced. Maybe with this
a little bit
the
more.
way to go.
Well, I think that would be a good starting point for Alexis. It was a sand trap.
It was hard, and I'll give it to her. Like,
that is true.
It was a taller order.
That is true.
Do fashion.
She doesn't seem to get fashion.
But she almost went blind stoning this.
Oh my god. The corset though was bad. It's horrible.
It wasn't horrible.
No, it was because it was horrible.
I mean,
no, because that's never a good idea.
You see the time that she put into it. I'm just saying it didn't look like garbage.
Oh, no. I'm not talking about like the quality of it. I'm just saying the idea was the worst idea.
And then she had just some real basic like T-strapped, you know, like hoofing it 42nd Street shoes on that she tied some fringe on and
Okay. Oh my god, there's just so much to talk about. This outfit was a disaster on every level.
I just remembered she had made like a pocketbook. She had like a purse. Where was she going?
Who was she?
Was she going to the mall?
I don't know.
She was literally had like a, you know, a clutch. Like, oh, I'm just going out.
Well, Sacagawea is infamous for her clutch.
She is pretty clutch.
That is true.
I mean, that's absolutely true. She's fucking fabulous.
Yeah.
I know her personally.
Oh, okay.
So then next on the runway, fucking Trinity Taylor.
This was great.
This was my favorite.
This was really great.
I was like, yes. I mean, she was just like RoboCop dominatrix, yes. And I was here for it.
Absolutely.
I loved this.
Yes.
I don't know. I just thought it was fabulous.
I thought it.
Visor. Yeah. And the embellishments.
And I actually laughed at a Carson comment.
I like this because it goes from daytime to welding in one simple tilt of the head.
She had this like navy lace skirt and the corset. I just thought this was fabulous.
I agree.
It was like the highest class stripper you could find.
Oh, 100%.
And I was like, yeah, I want to see what she's gonna do. She had like little just finger gloves.
Yes.
She had handcuffs. I mean, it was just like the details.
The details were there. She nailed it.
She turned the corner and I was just like, oh yes. Oh, yes. I think she should have won.
I don't think she should have won, but I definitely did think she should have been in it. Well, yeah, I don't know. So then last down the runway, Peppermint as the leather daddy turned drag queen, which is a tough thing to do, as well.
She looked like Diane Wiest at the end of Birdcage when they put her in that stupid hat. It was so cracked up.
I didn't mind this.
I didn't hate it, but it was so cracked up.
Yeah.
It was like there was tufts and the jacket.
Yes.
I'll say this. Once she got to the lip sync and took all the crap off and had that better wig, I was like,
yeah.
Yes. Like, this is what you should have walked down the runway in. So Shea wins.
It was interesting. I think the big thing was that Ru decided that Shea had more ball looks and Sasha was more Sasha looks. And I'm not entirely sure why they discounted Trinity so much. I think the main thing was her rainbow look. They thought wasn't as extravagant. But I guess I just don't really get that either because it's like Sasha's wasn't anything crazy.
At all, and Shea's wasn't rainbow.
Shea's, okay, now's the time that we have to talk about this. More. Because I was like, but they can't give it to Shea because hers wasn't rainbow. She failed the first
You literally failed
category.
The challenge. I was baffled.
I was like, this is not really in any way, shape, or form rainbow. If you showed this to me and was like, what category is this? I'd be like, pastels? And so I was just shocked.
I was so shocked that Shea won.
But you know what this showed me?
That Shea's gonna win?
Yes.
I'm annoyed. I've cooled to Shea.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
A bit. This is what I'll say. I really think Trinity should win because A, she's been the most fun. She's pushed herself outside of her own box the most. She's grown more than anybody. I think it'll be interesting to have a pageant queen win. That hasn't really happened. If we're going for what's the new thing or what's a different thing from other past seasons, for me, Trinity is the clear winner.
I get that. So Shea has now won 4 challenges. 2 by herself, 2 with Sasha. And it really was a team win in those circumstances where it was like the 2 of them together. I will say this. I kind of want a season of teams.
I'll let you continue.
But you apply as a team.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Because Alexis needs a partner. I feel like Nina Bonina needs her Katya. A lot of these queens could benefit by having either a producer or a partner drag queen who complements them.
Yeah.
And Shea and Sasha really complemented each other well.
Totally.
And that's why they did so well when they were together.
So, but yes, rightly so, Peppermint and Alexis are in the bottom.
Absolutely.
And they have to lip sync to Macho Man. Which was really fun.
So I was like, okay, if this is not a Village People song, I'm going to be really angry. And I was like, is it YMCA? No, it's not. Oh, okay, good.
I kind of wanted it to be in the Navy.
Yes.
That's kind of my favorite. Can we talk about Can't Stop the Music for just
please.
Just a minute? If you have not seen Can't Stop the Music, the Village People musical biopic that isn't really about the Village People, but it is. But it's just watch it. It is something to be seen. So anyway, yes, they have to lip sync.
I really liked
this
this
was
lip
really
sync.
good.
I really liked it.
They both tried really hard.
Yep.
They both pulled out some stops.
Yep.
I mean, when Alexis turned around in that mustache, I was shocked.
I was shocked and I thought it was fun.
I was
She's silly and I got it. You know, I was like, okay, you try, you get this.
It was very silly.
It kind of started maybe equally. Maybe Alexis was a little ahead.
Yeah.
And then very quickly it was like, oh, Peppermint's going up here and Alexis is kind of running out of tricks.
Yeah, well, I mean, Peppermint took off her wig to reveal a second wig. I'm always here for it.
I also am always here for it. And some people, you guys, these comments, I don't know if you know.
People not here for it?
People are apparently not here for a death drop or the splits. They're basically the same thing. Or for a wig reveal. And I'm like, I'm here for it.
I'm always here for it.
I'm always
Put
here
on a
for
show.
it.
I want a soap opera to unfold in front of me. Well, and like, I really wish Peppermint had worn that short wig the whole time.
The whole
Because she
time.
looked fabulous.
I agree with that.
She looked so much more fabulous in the lip sync than on the runway.
I agree. Short hair is her thing.
Really is. I kind of wish she would go out, maybe on the final episode, if she makes it, she'll do, you know, just her hair.
Maybe.
I would be.
Because was it this Untucked that Trinity?
It was last week.
It was last week.
Because she had that huge fucking hair, and then she took her wig off, and she looked gorgeous.
Yeah, and Trinity was like, I think you should just wear your own hair, girl.
Peppermint slayed, and it was great.
She really did. She was great. She's a good lip syncer. She's really fun to watch.
Mhm.
It's just a ball of energy.
She comes alive in
Yes.
the lip sync.
Yes.
And she just needs, you know, like someone that dresses you.
A dresser.
No, like picks out your like outfits, like Rachel Zoe. Like
A personal stylist.
She needs a personal stylist.
Bananas. Amazing.
Oh my god, I'm gonna die.
I'm just like literally dying.
And then Alexis goes home. And then she fucking quotes Sally Field, and I was very mad about it.
When?
She goes, "You like me?
Oh, and
you
her.
really like
oh,
me."
yeah, she
and
did.
I was like, "Shh."
You like me. You really like me.
Untucked. This was the only moment worth talking about in Untucked. Untucked starts, and Sasha and Shay are both like, "Oh, sorry, girl." We forgot to say.
Oh,
they all
right.
have to pick who's gonna go home. It was like, who cares, whatever. Shay and Sasha pick Alexis. Whatever. It was like fairly uneventful.
Yeah.
It really wasn't that big a deal. But Sasha and Shay are like, "Oh, we're sorry for throwing you under the bus." I was like, you guys didn't. Like
You just said your opinion.
You weren't like, "You fucking suck. You're terrible. We hate you. Go home." They were just like, "We think Alexis." Like
I don't think she's at this. It was very civil.
I just felt that this week just wasn't your strongest week. We had to name somebody, and that's the way the cookie crumbles. It's tough.
And then Alexis's response is like, "Oh, I take it as a compliment."
I think y'all know that I'm fierce competition, and it would be convenient to get rid of me tonight.
And I didn't think that they would laugh in her face, but they laughed in her face. They were just like,
What? And then Sasha
they were just like,
couldn't leave it alone.
I mean, I'm glad that you are fierce competition. You are sickening. I love you. This is not my favorite outfit.
No. I'm sorry. I don't think I was clear.
must clarify.
I don't think that you're as good of a competitor as we are. And I don't think that this is a good look. So I said it because I don't like the way that you look, not because I thought you were my competition. Is that...
It's clear,
clear?
right? It's clear, right? Is it clear?
And I was just like,
Oh.
This skirt is very ready to wear. It's definitely, you buy it at Saks after going and seeing the runway show. I get it.
Well, and then Trinity goes in and is just like,
I love what you're wearing because it looks like something you would wear. If you decide to go with your vision, that's your vision. But I would have also had feathers sticking out of my ass.
I think Alexis is actually really sweet. I think she is talented.
Absolutely.
I don't think that she was ready for this competition. I think the biggest thing is that she doesn't know who she is as a drag queen. She doesn't have a persona of who is Alexis
She's really
Michelle.
good at like impressions, doing other people's looks. But Alexis Michelle is what? A glitter bodysuit.
I don't know.
So Alexis gets a message
from her parents.
Her parents seem fabulous.
Oh my god, her parents are exactly what I pictured her parents
Yes.
to be.
But it definitely felt like, oh shit, we've had this message lying around for 5 weeks. But Alexis is clearly going home. Wheel that TV out. And I was like, oh, this is bad. So Alexis gets kicked off and she's real dramatic.
Oh, boy.
And she was really putting on this facade. And it just felt really a lot to me. And I was just like, I'm over this.
Oh, wait. Let me run to this wax statue.
It was a lot. It was very Anne Hathaway.
Yes.
A lot.
Doing her most Anne Hathaway-ness. Maybe she should, like, smoke some weed with Laganja Estranja.
I mean, every single drag queen should take a note from Laganja Estranja because she has turned it around.
She really has.
She has turned it around.
Speaking of, if you have not watched Laganja Estranja doing a lip sync to You're Perfect, Linda Evangelista, You're Perfect, You're Beautiful, it's great. Just go watch it.
Oh, it's so fabulous.
Anyway, I will say this though too.
Yeah.
I think that unfortunately, the online fandom of Drag Race has somewhat ruined Drag Race, where all of these queens are like, no, I'm not gonna get crazy, I'm not gonna get dramatic, I'm not gonna pull a Fifi, I'm just gonna be nice. And hope to get enough fans and exposure from the show that I can get some bomb-ass bookings and make some more money than I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
And I don't have to win $100,000, and I don't have to care about winning $100,000.
Yeah, and I don't have to be, like, cunty and bitchy and fabulous because then people might take it the wrong way.
Exactly.
And I'm mad
Which
about
apparently people do. Because Trinity tweeted, she was like saying that, you know, because she made that joke about how
Adore just wore flannels or whatever.
Yes, it was like, oh, so you're going to do an Adore Delano look?
I didn't know she was part of the Village People, but okay.
Well, no, she wasn't a part of the Village People, but she was top 3, unlike you.
Although she's going to be in the top 3.
I mean, she is, barring any dramatic...
Anyway, I thought that was hilarious shade. It was great.
Yeah.
But apparently, all of these Adore fans were coming after Trinity, and I'm like, you guys stop.
Can people calm down?
Right? We're all in this together. You only come after the people when they're Rebecca Glasscocking.
Or Tyra Sanchezing.
Oh my god.
We didn't talk about it.
Oh, I'm living for it.
Oh,
I love that season 2 somehow
It's still more dramatic.
7 years later is more dramatic than season 9.
Did you see the picture that Naomi Smalls posted? That shady picture?
Oh, with the...
Whatever. And then Tyra's like by herself at the table and I was like, oh shit!
I feel like it's the queen's job to be dramatic and bitchy and cunty and fun.
And to entertain.
And it's the fans' jobs to say, no, we'll love you no matter what.
Well then, so Alexis is packing up and she just pulls, she goes, oh, I didn't get to wear this gorgeousness. And she pulls out like the ugliest fucking thing I've ever seen. It was like the sequined black and like puke green.
Oh, yeah.
And then she was like, oh, I almost wore this for the roast. And I was like,
oh, God.
You should have, but oh boy.
It was time to go.
It was time for her to go.
Yeah. So, no hat.
She wears a backwards baseball cap.
Just kidding. Apparently that's what we're going to cling to.
I mean, you said no hat. I was just correcting.
Okay.
It wasn't a fabulous hat,
No.
but she did have a hat on her head.
So, 4 queens remain. I think Trinity and Shay are guaranteed to make it to... Excuse me.
Well, hopefully that's not a bad omen.
Oh, right. Ooh. I think Trinity and Shay are guaranteed to make it to the top.
We'll see. What's your problem? Are you okay?
I can't say it. What's happening? Sasha's curse.
Sasha put a curse on you.
So we'll see you next Thursday, and please subscribe, and tell all your friends, and donate to our Patreon and buy our t-shirts. Trywink.com.
All of the above. Send stuff to our P.O. box.
Yes, just give us everything.
Send us fan art. I really love it.
We're really loving the fan art,
Like,
you guys.
I really love it. Please send us fan art.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yay, cheers.